The uncontainable love of John 3:16, a timeless answer for a fractured world. In an era marked by pandemics, political divides, and digital isolation, the words of Jesus to Nicodemus pierce through the noise with startling relevance. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. This ancient promise, spoken in the shadows of a first-century night, speaks directly to the existential anxieties of our age: loneliness, masked by social media followers, despair veiled in endless scrolling, and a global hunger for purpose that no algorithm can satisfy. The story of Nicodemus, a man straddling the tension between spiritual curiosity and social reputation, mirrors our modern dilemma. How to seek truth in a culture that often rewards pretense over authenticity. The Greek term agapē, love that compelled God to act, is not a passive emotion but a verb in divine motion. It's the love that chooses vaccination teams serving in war zones, strangers donating to disaster relief, and parents working double shifts to feed their children. Yet John 3:16 elevates this concept infinitely. Here is the creator of quarks and quasars surrendering his Son for those who've rebelled against him. In a world where love is often reduced to transactional exchanges or fleeting digital likes, this verse redefines the term as a cosmic rescue mission. The world Jesus loved, Greek cosmos, includes every faction of our fractured society: the climate activist and the coal miner, the woke and the weary, the religious and the radicalized. In an age of cancel culture, God's love cancels nothing but condemnation for those who believe. The pandemic years laid bare humanity's fragility, as millions faced the terror of empty grocery shelves and overflowing intensive care units. Yet John 3:16 insists that our greatest threat isn't a virus, but the perishing Jesus mentions a spiritual death that outlasts physical decay. The cross, often sanitized in stained glass, was the first-century equivalent of a ventilator, a brutal machine meant to prolong suffering. Yet Christ embraced it, not as a victim of Roman cruelty, but as the divine physician intubating his creation with grace. This love refuses to minimize our pain. After all, Jesus wept at Lazarus' tomb, John 11:35, amidst his own impending death. But it also refuses to let pain have the final word. Modern objections erupt like fault lines under this text. How can a loving God allow suffering? Skeptics demand, scrolling past stories of Ukrainian refugees. Yet the verse answers before the question finishes. God's love doesn't erase suffering, it enters it. The incarnation, God becoming flesh amid first-century oppression, shows him writing himself into humanity's darkest subplot. Another common question arises. Doesn't whoever believes leave people out? Far from it, this invitation is universal. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you've done, or how society labels you. In a world obsessed with dividing people into categories, John 3:16 offers something revolutionary. Your core identity isn't rooted in race, status, or past failures, but in being unconditionally loved. Belief here isn't a gatekeeper, it's an open door. The practical implications ripple across modern life. For the anxious soul soothed by mindfulness apps, Jesus offers rebirth, a complete rewiring of identity. For the activist burning out in service of causes, he reframes justice as downstream of divine love. For the addict chasing solace in substances, he provides a high-definition purpose. You are God's temple. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Even our digital lives are re-enchanted. Every tweet and TikTok becomes potential territory for the kingdom when posted by reborn hands. Nicodemus's journey from clandestine seeker to public disciple models a path for today's secret believers, the executive afraid to pray at work, the teen hiding faith from peers. His story whispers, the light is worth the backlash. For those navigating the post-pandemic wilderness, John 3:16 is both compass and promise. The God who gave his Son will not withhold daily bread.